Hello and good morning, Hollywood fans.
Hollywood Central calling with new movie reviews.
Well, and there's actually movies in theaters this weekend.
Exactly. Sadly, I only got to see one of them, but I have a couple others that are available digitally.
Oh, excellent. That's good. That's good. I mean, you saw them digitally, or you've just people should just go and watch them?
I mean, there are a couple movies that I reviewed that are available digitally that are not in theaters, but new today.
Awesome. Do you want to start with theaters, or what do you want to do?
Let's start with theaters. I think it's always good to start with the big stuff, and nothing is bigger than George Clooney and Julia Roberts, let's be honest.
Really? I've been waiting for this movie.
Maybe Dwayne Johnson at the box office may be bigger than the pair of them. However, as far as stars go and A-listers and Academy Award winners, we've got George Clooney and Julia Roberts teaming up for a romantic comedy, Ticket to Paradise, new in theaters today. And I mean, honestly, it's like, when you hear that platitude of you could listen to them reading the Yellow Pages, the phone book.
Right.
It's like they're just so great. And they're such good friends in real life. It's so much fun watching them here. The basic premise is they're ex-spouses that had a bitter divorce, something like 25 years ago or 15 years ago. They share a daughter who's graduating from college. They're reunited for that. And they're like, they don't ever want to see each other again. Of course, the daughter goes on vacation to celebrate her college graduation, and mayhem ensues. They have to fly down to Bali together to try to get their daughter out of this situation that they don't approve of. It's nothing too bad. Basically, she's going to marry a guy she just met, and she's going to marry him in 4 days, and they want to break him up. So, it's kind of the perfect little setup for a rom-com, and they're just so great. It's like, it's great to see them.
Does she share her infamous laugh in it too? Because when I go to a Julia Roberts movie, I've got to hear that laugh.
Oh yeah, the laugh, the smile.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. And by the way, she's like the female Tom Cruise. Well, I guess not the only, but she is literally not aging, or whatever work she's having done is so good, that she looks phenomenal. I mean, George looks great. I mean, they're both just beautiful, incredibly talented. Knowing that they're real life, very close friends, and then seeing them play these competitive characters with one another and at each other's throats is just so enjoyable. So it's a cute, sweet, kind of everything you want from a movie. It's a very comfortable rom-com. It's nothing, it's no Pretty Woman that you're going to want to watch a million times again, but it's fun, and it was great. I saw it in the theater and I loved it there. So check it out if you're a fan of a rom-com.
Wow. See, I am such a George Clooney fan, and in all honesty, I thought that, that he had gone away because we haven't seen him in such a long time.
I know. I mean, well, I feel like a lot of actors are, being a little bit choosier lately.
And any reason, any insight on that, Mr. I go to the Directors Awards?
Well, I think there was a little bit of a slowdown in production in 2020. Mm-hmm. So, what's coming out now, it just feels like a few years, and the rest of it. So.
Wow. So this is definitely a must-see. So this is for all ages, or do you think it'll be just for the later years?
It's PG-13, but it's really all ages.
Excellent. So what did you see digitally then?
Okay, digitally, speaking of being choosy about roles, two actors that I really admire, one of them my favorites, Ewan McGregor, and the other that I really admire, Ethan Hawke, play half brothers in this new movie called Raymond and Ray. And it's on Apple TV Plus today, and it's a drama comedy, a dramedy. But the weird thing about it is I'm like, why did they choose to do this movie? Because it's really not that dramatic, and it's not that comedic. And the couple times where I thought it might be funny, I was like, is this funny? And the drama, it's like the drama could have been greater. Or, I don't know. I don't know what inspired them about this script to make it. And then even in watching it, I was kind of bored, which is really sad because if you look at Ewan McGregor and Ethan Hawke, they're arguably, as watchable, right, as George Clooney and Julia Roberts. But something about them, especially here in this film where, the roles are both good for them, and they did good work. I just didn't see the real incentive for them to do this story. I don't know if the script maybe read better than the movie played, but it's a skip it for me. And I can't believe I'm saying that. I mean, Ewan McGregor is probably my top 3 favorite actors.
Yeah, of course. I mean, my God. I mean, he's that guy that you see on the screen going, I gotta go.
I know. I gotta go. I want to hang out with him.
Yeah. Wow. I'm disappointed with that one because I once again I didn't see the trailers. I just usually go by what people are saying.
Right. Well, have you heard anything about Raymond and Ray?
No, I don't even know.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've seen posters. I've seen things pop up on Facebook and stuff like that, and I'm thinking, okay, my God, this is going to be a great show.
Yeah, I don't know that it's going to be a hit or that you'll hear people talking about it. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, if everyone's, I mean, listen, if you got Apple TV Plus,
I do.
If you have that, it costs you nothing to check it out. If you don't like it, you turn it off, right?
Absolutely. Well, let's go to the next movie. What else did you see on digital?
Okay, this one will cost you because it's not on any streaming service, but it is available across streaming services for purchase and for rental fee. So it's digital on demand. It's also available now on Blu-ray and DVD. It's called Three Wishes for Cinderella. It's from Norway, and it's basically a new adaptation of Cinderella that's available two ways. First of all, with an English dub or in the original language with subtitles, which I normally watch. But this time, I don't know why. I was like, let me check out the dub. I never, ever choose that, but I chose to screen it that way. And it was actually a pretty decent dub. It was a little funny at times. Like, it probably is less comic, if you watch it with the original language and subtitles, it's probably a little bit better. But I still enjoyed it, and I'm still recommending it to stream, or to purchase or to stream if you like fairy tales. Now, here's the thing about Cinderella. No matter how many times it's adapted, it's still watchable. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about, I'm the Wizard of Oz guy, right? And I love the Wizard of Oz. And there's been recent news. There's a couple of remakes in the works for the Wizard of Oz. But if you think about it, it's been relatively untouchable because the original MGM classic is such a favorite that people are like, oh, you can't remake it. But if you look at a story like Cinderella, that's been like every year we get 3 different versions for the last how many years, and a lot of them are fun, and I still recommend it, even though this is a better movie than that. It's a little bit edgier, it's a little bit darker. It's like kind of Cinderella meets Frozen because it's all in the Arctic of Norway.
Wow.
Yeah, and the characters and the story is a little bit more modern, even though the costuming and the setting still looks a little bit medieval. So it's very different and fresh that way, and I liked that. And it's not for everyone. If you are like me and you like the fairy tale genre and you can tolerate a new kind of Cinderella, not even tolerate it, you'll enjoy this. I enjoyed it. So I'm recommending it to those like me for Three Wishes for Cinderella. It's magical and fun, and it's available digitally.
And we all like little escapes like that. That to me is since it's starting to get cold outside and stuff like that, I want to watch a movie like this. It kind of gives me that escape while looking out the window at the cold.
Totally. And that's the other thing about Cinderella, or about any movie that we know how it ends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know kind of the beats, and this one has all the familiar beats of nasty stepmother, awkward sister, you know what I mean?
Yep.
There's a prince, she's gonna, all that stuff. But the way that they do things is a little different. It's not the typical fairy godmother. It's not the typical, the prince doesn't have to save the princess in the end. It's there's got some cool modern twists that keep you, and it's still enjoyable even though beat for beat what's going to happen. And so it's comforting, I think it is kind of it's engaging to you. It's not like putting on an old movie that you love so much you're just going to fall asleep and comfort that way. But it's like you said, it's a nice watch.
So now, in a situation like this, I mean, do they have to pay a royalty fee of some sort, based upon, or is it like a parody and you
No.
Really?
No, they would have to, if they're ripping off Disney and if they want to license, A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes, or if they want to get Gus Gus or something like that, that's intellectual property and copyright of Disney, they'd have to license that. Like when Return to Oz had to pay a licensing fee to feature ruby slippers in their Disney sequel to The Wizard of Oz in 1985 because in the book, but they're silver shoes, right? But MGM and Warner Brothers now owns the ruby slipper copyright or trademark. And so the trademark issues with Disney's version of Cinderella are different than what's available in the public domain story of Cinderella. So the story of The Wizard of Oz, the book from 1900, is all public domain. So anybody could make the story with Dorothy, Scarecrow, Toto, and the Yellow Brick Road and the Emerald City, and it just can't look like the Warner Brothers, MGM version.
Wow.
So there's, so as long as you avoid those things, you can continue to remake Cinderella and the rest of those things in public domain as much as you want.
And now another important message from Ryan J. I just feel like we've just learned something. I'm going to say, that's awesome.
Sorry, today in film studies, right. But I do have a couple things to promote, which are kind of fun.
Go for it.
This Wednesday, October 26th, from 5:30 to 7 p.m., I'm hosting a free event in downtown Milwaukee at New Line Cafe. You can go to my website to RSVP for it, but it's free, and I'm going to be, this is, Arrow, you would totally come to this if you were local. I'm emceeing a panel discussion about Misery, Stephen King's Misery.
Oh, really?
With a filmmaker and a screenwriter and a film composer, and then also featuring the upcoming stars of the locally produced Milwaukee Chamber Theater's production of Misery coming up this next month.
Oh, wow.
And they're going to be doing a reading. And so, and that doesn't start till November 18th, but this Wednesday they're going to do a reading from the play, you know, and I'm just so excited to be a part of this. And again, it's free. It's this Wednesday. You can go to my website for the details and to RSVP if you're in the Milwaukee area. It's going to be really cool.
Wow. You said a couple of things. So what else you got going on?
Oh, the other thing is that for kids who like Gabby's Dollhouse, which is a very hit Netflix series that's half live action, half animated, Gabby is coming to local Walmarts, one in Lake Geneva, a couple in Illinois. And again, you can go to my website to learn more information about it, to take your kids to see her and to win prizes and the rest of it. And on my website, I'm giving away $5 $50 gift cards to Walmart.
Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah. You can enter to win that. So, you know, there you go.
And that's RyanJReviews.com.
You got it.
Excellent, dude, man. You have a great weekend and stay warm up there because I know you guys are up north, so you got to be freezing by now.
We are a little chilly. Thank you so much, Eric. You have a great weekend, too.